guys, it's Sheena, the Sports Report Girl, here with your college football week in review. 'Tis the season to go bowling, fa la 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 la. If you couldn't tell, I am pretty excited bowl season is here, and last Saturday gave us a full slate of them, stretching from the early morning inaugural edition in our nation's capital to the primetime headliner in Las Vegas. First out of the gate at 8 a.m., my time, was the Eagle Bank Bowl in Washington, D.C., featuring Navy and Wake Forest. This was a rematch of the September game between these two squads, a game the Midshipmen won 24-17 off of 5 Demon Deacon turnovers. But this time around, the Deacons exercised their demons from September, sinking Navy's battleships 29-19. Riley Skinner was the game's MVP, going 11 for 11 with 168 yards and a touchdown. Next on the slate was the New Mexico Bowl. This game was a showdown of teams from the two most frequent BCS Buster conferences, the WAC and Mountain West. Unfortunately, both Colorado State and Fresno State were trying to put a positive cap on disappointing seasons. For most of the game, it looked like the Bulldogs were going to run away with the proverbial bone, but the Rams hung in there, scoring late in the first half to make it closer than it should have been. Then, in the fourth quarter, they blew the game open with 3 touchdowns following Tommy Hill's interception of an ill-advised Brandstatter pass. Gartrell Johnson had 2 touchdowns with 285 yards on the ground and another 90 receiving to lead the Rams to a 40-35 victory. After that, we had the Magic Jack St. Petersburg Bowl between the universities of Memphis and South Florida. The Bull scored early and often, eventually goring the Tigers into submission 41-14 and boring the rest of us to tears. And that's fine, because instead of talking about a meaningless game, it gives me the chance to wax on about the ridiculous trend in naming college bowls. I mean, come on! The Magic Jack St. Petersburg Bowl, really? And that's not even that bad, because if you take the Magic Jack part out of the name, at least you're still left with the St. Petersburg Bowl. My big pet peeve, though, are the bowls that only have a corporate name, like the Eagle Bank Bowl, the Meineke Car Care Bowl, the Champ Sports Bowl, the GMAC Bowl, the Insight Bowl, the Chick-fil-A Bowl, and my personal favorite, the PapaJohns.com Bowl. Some of them have been around a while, so they don't sound very strange, like the Outback Bowl and the Capital One Bowl. But seriously, I mean, is it really that hard to come up with a name for your bowl game? We're all familiar with the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl or the FedEx Orange Bowl. But if you take the sponsor's name away, there's still the Fiesta Bowl and the Orange Bowl. Come on, people! Just give your bowls a real name. If nothing else, name them after your city. Like the Pioneer Las Vegas Bowl. Now, if that's Pioneer Chicken or Pioneer Audio, your guess is as good as mine. Either way, Saturday's nightcap featured BYU playing in their 4th straight Las Vegas Bowl and Arizona playing in their first bowl game in 10 years. Mike Stoops, who's been on the hot seat the past couple of seasons, was rumored to be in the mix for the Iowa State job. But that post was filled earlier in the day, leaving Bob's younger brother in a must-win situation to quell any rumblings about his future in the Old Pueblo. After his team's performance Saturday night, all is now quiet on the Western Front. The Wildcats beat the Cougars 31-21, relying heavily on Tuitama's arm for 325 yards and 2 touchdowns. As for Iowa State, that job became available last week when Gene Chizik left the Cyclones in a tailspin by bolting for the Auburn job. In turn, Auburn's defensive coordinator Paul Rhodes took the Iowa State position, which, makes sense as he was raised near Ames. But Auburn's choice of Chizik has left a lot of people scratching their heads, primarily due to a 5-19 record in his 2 seasons as Iowa State's head coach. And with a highly qualified Turner Gill circling the job, many accuse the Auburn administration of allowing race to be a factor in not hiring him. So, you tell me, was Gill snub racially motivated? I would love to hear your thoughts. Okay, guys, that is it for today, but be sure to post your comments and friend requests, and don't forget to let us know what you think about the race issue. And normally, I would say I will see you back here next week, but I will be gone for Christmas. So instead, I will see you back here the first week of the new year. Until then, happy holidays, everybody.